about the big move last week with the hire of Ryan Nielsen. And now we get word on Tuesday that the Falcons hired the amazing Jerry Gray. And the reason I say that, Jarvis, is because, I mean, it's just
Resume
unbelievable.
is ridiculous.
Thank you.
Let's go ahead and say that.
Yep. Enough said. So literally, I will just say that, like we teased earlier, common sense is back and common again in Flowery Branch, because when you make a move like Ryan Nielsen and you're thinking about all the good things in his background, the development that he's had for D linemen, as our buddy Ross Jackson mentioned to us a couple days ago, you talk about a guy who's also been familiar with and has been a part of a team that actually embraces a hybrid defense and plays the nickel, amazingly so, runs the nickel defense. So you've got a lot of positives there, but man, when you dig into Jerry Gray's background, it's unbelievable. But here's where the interesting piece comes in, as far as why this commonsensical piece is so common up in Flowery Branch. It's been common on ATL day ones, by the way. But always. Interestingly enough, there was a quote on AtlantaFalcons.com, and it comes from Terry Fontenot. Listen to this, Jarvis. He says, whether we're talking about the back end, the interior, the edge, he, Ryan Nielsen, has a clear plan for how we want to continue to build this team, but we're going to always prioritize the front. We just talked about the trenches. That's where games are won and lost. And I said, oh, dear God.
Whoa,
is he listening
to the conversation? Wait a minute.
In my head? Or have they watched another episode of ATL Day One?
They had to, T. Where else would they get this information from?
Exactly. And Jarvis, I don't know about you. Maybe I missed it, but I can't recall prior to the hire of Ryan Nielsen, even in the great days with the great Dean Pease, that I can recall hearing Terry Fontenot say some key words: in the trenches, game won and lost.
Oh gosh. Like this is a very emotional show. We start talking about HBCUs and how these cats are getting all the opportunities in the world that wasn't there. But to hear a general manager say that they're going to, for an Atlanta sports team. Atlanta Falcons.
Say it again, Jarvis.
For an Atlanta sports team. For a professional organization in the city of Atlanta to come out and say that they're going to prioritize the front. Those where games are won and lost.
See, can't put it into words. I know.
I can't even put it into words how this makes me feel. I am so happy right now. Like, it's almost like, the birth of my first child when I got married to my wife. Like, this just it's up there. It's top 5 for me right now. So this is where I'm going, y'all. I know y'all trying to feel like, all right, Jarvis, come on now, get to it. So here's the thing. I'm going to say it now, T. February 1st, the Falcons will be drafting an edge rusher or offensive lineman with that number 8 overall pick. Mark it down today, T. It's going down. They're going to follow the hashtag Tenitra mantra. It's going down this year. Like, there's no other way to look at it, T. When you're talking about having a guy coming in and basically getting rid of all the doggone defensive staff and saying, hey, here's what I'm doing. They're going to look at the guys on the roster and they're going to evaluate what they have and also look to what they can add. So I'm all on board for this. This is something new, T. I think this is a very prominent day in Atlanta Falcons history right here.
I do think so as well. I think that we literally are seeing the start of something big here because, Jarvis, when we talked about the 4 teams that remained, right? Last week, as they're getting ready we were getting ready to see who was going to punch their ticket to the Super Bowl. It was very, very clear. Whoever won in the trenches, especially at the appropriate time, that was who was going to win the game. And if we think about this specifically, and you can think, and I'm going to go with, like you said, I'm going to go actually trenches, D-line, and then I'm going to say with their complementary pieces on the edge, right?
Right.
The game changer was the Eagles. Not that the Eagles were going to lose to the 49ers, but hear me out. The game changer was when they, in one play, completely obliterated the offensive game plan of the 49ers. Wow. They literally imposed their will on one play. And the Chiefs, again, I'm taking away the unnecessary roughness, but being put in position for Patrick Mahomes to even run on that third down play to get to Harrison Butker being in position. Let's go back to the Chris Jones sack. That's where that game was really won and lost. I don't think people are talking enough about that, right? So this is why this is so exciting to you and me, because we were watching going, is anybody else watching this game the way we are? Other than, our guys, Hugh Douglas, Randy McMichael, who, we were talking back and forth with. But this is where games are won and lost. And, Jarvis, it also excites me because we, of course, got the news today. Mm-hmm. Tom Brady just retired. For real this time, everybody. We really do think so. But where I think that really puts the Falcons, and what that really says is players, coaches, front office, consistency, and stability. That, to me, at least today, we'll see what happens on the other side of free agency and the draft. But we're talking about February 1st, like you said. To me, the Falcons are the most stable. They are in prime position to take this division because the coaches that they put in place have the right philosophy on defense. You were already fine on offense. Right philosophy on defense. The front office is buying into that as well. And you can't tell me that a player like Grady Jarrett, who is the heart and soul of that defense, is not on board with what he's seeing has happened, or what he's seen happen in this last, say, 5 or so days.
Yeah, I don't want to see frustrated Grady Jarrett after games anymore. Like, I'm so tired of that movie. Yeah. Been there live and in person, interviewing him, and just seeing how he was this year at T. I don't want to see that anymore. He deserves a lot better. 10 times better. But yeah, as far as the NFC South, though, like, it's hard for me to argue against that, right? When you think about the Panthers and David Tepper running things, and Steve Wilkes basically proving, hey, I'm the man for the job. Nah, let me go get Frank Reich. And we're going to talk about that a little bit later, too. So, yeah, y'all just put a pin in that one. But, and you think about the Saints, they don't know who their quarterback is going to be. And then the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, obviously, it's official. We knew he wasn't going to probably come back anyway, but Tom Brady is out. No quarterback. And that is bad. And Todd Bowles out there down there making decisions. I love you, Todd, but I don't know, man. You fired by on leverage, dog. I question you, my friend. Anyway, but yeah, I think we are probably the best organization that's right now, as of today, they're in probably the best shape going forward into the 2023 NFL season, too.
Yeah, and that should really excite Falcons fans. And hold tight, because we're going to dig more into this. We know we've got to look at it from a salary cap perspective. We've got to go out and really dig in, Jarvis and I, into what the free agent market looks like, as far as we're not coming off of what we're saying about the 8th spot, by the way. They're going defense. We're not coming off that. But what we're saying is looking at what they're going to do in the 2nd through 7th rounds, as well as who might be out there and viable for them in free agency. So there are still a lot of moves to be made. But again, as far as today, Falcons fans should really, really be happy about how this organization is positioning itself to seriously compete after, let's face it, they overachieved 2 years in a row. But now I believe that they are going to meet, if not exceed, expectations, because they're putting themselves in position to do just that. Now, we speak of exceeding expectations. I don't know about you, but a Built Bar pretty much always exceeds expectations for those who take a bite, because, again, you're looking at a product that said, hey, we're going to have only 150 calories of fat. But then they say, no, that's not good enough. We want this to be a healthier bar. So now we're going to make it a bar where it's only 130 calories. That's amazing for 100% real chocolate. And then not just 15 grams of protein. Now you're talking 17. And they're still giving you some of those good flavors like churro and almond. And they're making it really easy for you to access. You can go to Walmart and you can pick up just a small set, maybe like 4 bars. But guess what? If you like to buy in bulk, you can go to Sam's Club as well and get yourself about 12, 13, 14 good bars, 28, 50, however many you want. That's up to you. And you can pass them out at your Super Bowl Sunday party. So why don't you go ahead and pick those up so you can have them ready to rock and roll for Sunday. But if you want any past Sunday, you just want to keep some in the stash, you can also go to built.com. You can still go there and get any bar that you want, because, hey, listen, we don't know whether it's going to be a blowout. We don't know whether it's going to be a nail biter tonight, Hawks Suns, or Sunday, Eagles Chiefs. But if you got a Built Bar by your side, you should be good to go either way.